Hey guys, how's it going? It's Blepnir here with another team review, and today we're going to be looking over more AUTOREKT battles using whatever team the game chooses for us. And if a Pokemon is not built, then I can replace it with a Pokemon of the same typing that I have built. So the really fun, spicy matches continued, and I just wanted to share a few of them with you here. As always, if you want to see all of my battles, I stream morning Pacific Standard Time at twitch.tv/Blepnir. So let's take a look at these battles. So first we have Salazzle, a Pachirisu, and a Scrafty, and let's see how this team does. All right, already off to not a great start with the Whiscash. That's one of the hardest possible counters to the Salazzle. It's also a very hard counter to Pachirisu. So I switch immediately into Scrafty, and then my Power-Up Punch is caught on a Talonflame. This is not good at all. I'm suffering from some lag. It looks like my opponent did get in 3 Incinerates there, so they are at a move, and they do successfully shield up this foul play. So this is not looking good for me because who knows how much energy my opponent got. I'm assuming they're going to go straight Flame Charge. Sure enough, they do. And look at this. So I actually managed to reach the Power-Up Punch because I only needed 4 counters to hit the Power-Up Punch. And that takes 8 turns. 2 Incinerates takes 10 turns. So I just barely get there. But this is still looking very rough because of the fact that my Pachirisu and my Whiscash are pretty much completely walled. I'm sorry, the Pachirisu and the Salazzle are completely walled by the Whiscash. So let's see what happens here. Obviously, they bring in the Whiscash. The Whiscash, this Mud Bomb would not quite KO. So I just let the Mud Bomb go. And they catch this move. So, wow, this is them actually giving me a win condition because I can go into the Salazzle. And no matter what they throw here against the Salazzle, it's not going to hit for a whole lot of damage. Salazzle is very glassy, but you can see here that the Sludge Bomb does maybe like a 55% of their health. So I'm able to take that Sludge Bomb, and I'm debating what to do here because I don't think a Dragon Pulse would quite KO them. So what I end up doing is actually throw the Poison Fang first, knowing that I'm just barely going to survive these Mud Shots. These are double super effective Mud Shots. Just barely survive. The Dragon Pulse is enough to take him out, and that is a GG's. So that's not really a very good showcase because they should not have switched into the Venusaur, but nevertheless, a very good showing from Salazzle there. So here we have a Blaziken, a Alolan Sandslash, and a Tapu Fini. And so they switch into a Slurpuff, and I'm able to answer with this. It's actually a Powder Snow Alolan Sandslash. And so here I'm in a pretty tough spot because these flamethrowers would easily one-shot me. They're double super effective. Flamethrower is a pretty strong move. So I do have to shield, and I have to play the baiting game because an Ice Punch is not quite enough to take out the Slurpuff. Luckily, they do shield up the Ice Punch. Unluckily, they do get to their Flamethrower. I don't think an Ice Punch would have been quite enough to take him out. So I'm in trouble here. I need to decide what to do. Let's see what I come in with. I do come in with the Blaziken. I do get off this Blaze Kick, and this Blaze Kick is going to take him out. So we have to see what they have in the back. And it is a Noctowl. So now that shields are down, I'm actually able to get to this Brave Bird before they reach their own move, which is really good because I'm able to almost take him out. I come into the Tapu Fini, and they throw their Shadow Ball. So this is not over. They throw the Sky Attack. Not quite able to make it to the Shadow Ball, but now they come in with the Double, and the Double is going to be able to throw a Wild Charge, but they go for the Body Slam. So if they had thrown Wild Charge, I think that would have taken me out. But as it stands, I'm able to get to this Moonblast. They're not going to be able to double kick me down. They're forced to throw energy, and then it's only 2 counters from the Blaziken, and that's a good game. So that's just showing how strong Blaziken can be with that Brave Bird when shields are down. And so now we have Swampert, Shadow Giraffe Rig, and Alolan Marowak in the back. So here, I'm actually making a judgment call that they're actually going to shield their Cloyster. I know that Cloyster is pretty squishy, and the Shadow form is even squishier. So that's why I actually baited there, even though I didn't quite get to the Earthquake. I was just banking on them shielding anyway. And so now I switch into my Alolan Marowak, because Alolan Marowak will actually survive most moves from Cloyster, the exception being Hydro Pump, which takes forever to get to. And so I'm actually greeted with a Hisuian Quillfish. So Hisuian Quillfish is not going to enjoy these Bone Clubs. Luckily, they have Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse is not the correct move to be using here because it's just not as good of a move as Shadow Ball. Unless you want to hit things that are resistant to Shadow for neutral damage, like normal types, I guess. But Dark Pulse was not enough to take out this Alolan Marowak. And so here I'm thinking that this is not quite enough for a Hydro Pump. And sure enough, it is Avalanche, luckily. Avalanche not going to be able to take me out, not going to be able to put me in farm down range. So I'm able to get off the Shadow Ball. That does a lot of damage. I'm able to farm down. This puts me in a good spot. I am able to get off this Shadow Bone against the Nidoqueen. And from here, it's Shadow Giraffe Rig time. Look at those confusions, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I'm a confusion stan on the Shadow Giraffe Rig. It's just incredible. Fast move pressure, and with those psychic things coming through, the fast move pressure just gets more and more oppressive over time. So here we have a return Gligar, we have an Empoleon, and we have our Magcar Go. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to throw the Night Slash before they reach the fire move that they have. And then I'm going to go to Magcar Go. And so this actually could be the Psychic. Sure enough, it is the Psychic. So they threw the correct move there, but now they have a Toxicroak. And Toxicroak does have to shield this move. I could have waited and thrown this move a little bit later, but it doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Because now I'm actually going to hard counter them on the Gligar. And we got to see what this move is. Do they throw the big move? Do they bait? They do bait, and that is a huge mistake because the Mud Bomb just does so little damage when it's double resisted like that. This I expect to be the Sludge Bomb, but I can easily survive it. Yes, so easily in fact that I can just farm down now. So that's a huge farm down. I have a lot of energy, and I just go into the Empoleon. And it's a Lickitung in the back. I have 2 shields. They have 0 shields. And ladies and gentlemen, when you're up 2 shields, Lickitung is the thing that you want to see on your Empoleon. Because Lickitung needs to get to Power Whip to do even neutral damage. And it takes a long time for them to get to Power Whip. Empoleon is just an incredibly high damage glass cannon in this type of situation. The Victini comes in. Victini can't do anything against the Empoleon with this shield disadvantage. And that is a game over, folks. Just look at this Empoleon going off in the end. So now we have a really interesting team. This is a triple Shadow Claw team. So we have the Hisuian Sneasler in the front. If you guys don't know, it's one of my favorite Pokemon. I love Hisuian Sneasler. I am just going to go up to these 2 close combats here, just because a single close combat will be pretty much enough to take out this Obstagoon. So we're going to have to see if they let this go. This is going to be a double super effective move. And they let it go. They must have thought that it was going to be a X-Scissor, which would have also been super effective, but not do quite as much damage. So now here I'm just swapping out, and this is because I want to leer out anything in the back that's strong, that's a fighting type essentially, so that my Berserker doesn't have to deal with it. And boom, that payback lands. So that's amazing. We got 2 booms in a row. Can we get a 3rd boom? It's a Wigglytuff. So this is why this battle is so interesting, because we have pretty much a pretty hard counter team against us all the way. This Wigglytuff is going to be double resisting these Shadow Claws. However, the Wigglytuff takes a lot of time to get to its charge moves, and I am resisting these charms. So I still have to make a call here. I have to decide if I want to bait again, and I decide ultimately to go for the close combat, because I'm going to reach close combat around the same time as the foul play. I am able to switch here into the Sneasler. So, boom, that does a lot of damage. So because they shielded up the first foul play, I am able to successfully land the close combat. So that's 3 booms in 1 battle. Let's go. You'll love to see it. Here we've got Beedrill, Malamar, and Primeape. Shadow Beedrill on the lead, I might add. And I saw a lot of water gun lanterns actually. I'm not sure if you guys saw the same. Let me know. But a whole ton of water gun lanterns. The drill run does not land, unfortunately. I could have baited there. I decided not to bait. And then I catch onto my Primeape. And the reason why I do this is simply because the Primeape can survive that surf a little bit better than the Shadow Beedrill. It would pretty much take out the Shadow Beedrill. So luckily, they come into Mandibuzz. And guess who learns the Ice Punch? It is Primeape. So Primeape gets off 1 Ice Punch, does a lot of damage, not quite half the damage. So here I am going to go into Malamar because I can throw the superpower and I can switch out into the Beedrill. And the Beedrill should also have a pretty decent matchup here. So they actually throw energy, and I'm very glad they did because that Malamar can take that energy a little bit better than the Beedrill. I'm still thinking that Beedrill is my key to victory in the back because it just does so much fast move damage, just does so much charge move damage. I am going to be able to farm down this Mandibuzz as soon as I shield this move. So the Aerial Ace would have pretty much taken me out. I have to shield, and they come back in with the Lantern. So I am going to be able to count to the next surf. I should be able to reach, yeah, I reach 100 energy by the time they reach their next surf. So this is a GG's. They're going to shield this first one. No, they don't. So they just called that first move. But they had to shield it. And in the back, they have a double. So this is a situation where Beedrill with a lot of energy is able to just destroy. This double has to shield. It does not shield. It maybe was thinking that I was going to go for the X Scissor. So Beedrill just absolutely wrecking in the back, sweeping that entire team pretty much. And that's where I want to end it, guys. So if you guys like my content, I hope that I can see you in my streams in the future. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye.